Adventures of Robin Hood, Chapter 15. Sir Richard pays his debt. When Sir Richard left Short Forest, he didn't travel alone. A group of Robin's men went with him. The group headed along a straight highway toward the monastery so that Sir Richard could pay his debt to Abbot Vincent. Far away in the distance rose the tower of the abbey, with tall trees surrounding it. Meanwhile, inside the abbot was holding a big feast. He wore soft robes and fine silk, a black velvet cap, and a heavy gold chain around his neck. While he ate, a falcon sat on the arm of his large chair. The Sheriff of Nottingham sat on one side of the abbot. His purple robe was trimmed with fur. A famous judge sat on the other side of the abbot. The judge's clothes were dark and plain, but he was quite happy. The abbot just paid him 80 gold coins for helping to ruin Sir Richard. "Are you sure you'll get Sir Richard's castle and all his land?" the sheriff asked the abbot. "Oh, yes," said Abbot Vincent with a sinister smile. He took a long drink of wine. "Sir Richard doesn't know. I've been watching him closely. He has no money to pay his debt." Suddenly there came the sound of a horse, hooves clattering as it enters the courtyard below. See who that is?" the abbot demanded a servant. The servant looked out the window. "It's a knight with some men. The knight is dressed plainly, but the men are well armed with bows and arrows." "That must be Sir Richard," said the abbot. "But why has he brought so many men?" The judge was suddenly nervous. "Will he attack us?" "Abbot, maybe you should give him more time to pay his debt." "Don't worry," scoffed the abbot. "This knight is very gentle. He won't hurt anyone." Just then the door swung open. Sir Richard entered the room with his hands folded and his head bowed humbly. His men waited by the door with their weapons. The knight approached the table and knelt on one knee in front of Abbot Vincent. "Where's my money?" demanded the abbot. Sir Richard's cheeks turned red. "Please show me some mercy," he said softly. "I don't have any money." Abbot Vincent said nothing, but he looked angry. Sir Richard appealed to the judge. "Please, sir, can you help me?" The abbot was right. This quiet knight didn't seem threatening at all. So the judge boldly said, "This money is due today. You must pay it now." Sir Richard was not ready to give up. "What about you, Sheriff? Can you help me? This is really no business of mine, but I'll do what I can." The sheriff nudged the abbot with a knee and whispered, "Can you reduce the amount the knight owes you?" "All right," muttered the abbot to Sir Richard. "Give me 300 pounds, Sir Richard, and I'll consider your debt paid." Sir Richard shook his head. "I'm sorry, but I can't pay 300 pounds now. Please give me another year to pay my debt." "Not another day," Abbot Vincent said sternly. "Either pay it today or everything you own is mine." Sir Richard stood up. The gentle knight suddenly looked stern and furious. "I've tried to be polite to you," he snapped, "but you haven't even offered me anything to eat. I'll pay you 300 pounds and not a penny more." The judge trembled at Sir Richard's angry tone. "Please, gentlemen, let's speak kindly to one another. There's no need to argue." Sir Richard motioned to one of his men to come forward. The biggest, strongest looking man brought a leather bag to Sir Richard. The knight opened it and dumped a stream of gold into the table in front of the abbot. There, abbot, I've paid my debt, and now I'm through with you. Sir Richard turned and stormed away. Abbot Vincent was angry that he'd lost Sir Richard's property. He scowled at the sheriff. Thanks to you, Sir Richard paid only £300. But the sheriff of Nottingham wasn't listening. He was staring at the huge man who carried the gold. Why, I know you. You're Reynard Greenleaf, cried the sheriff. My son. Greetings, Sheriff, Little John said with a grin. I'll be sure to tell Robin Hood about the good deed you did today. Then he turned and followed Sir Richard from the room, leaving the sheriff looking pale and stunned.